everybody. So as you can probably see on the screen here, and as you can tell by the title of the video, we're back. The 3 banned HiveMind accounts have been returned to me. I don't know why. I'm not entirely sure what prompted this, but I can't really complain regardless. I found out while I was on my stream last night. I just tried to log in, and it just so happened that I was able to. My accounts were no longer disabled, and I was absolutely glowing. I was ecstatic. These past 2 months, having the 3 HiveMind accounts banned, it sort of gave me a huge lack of motivation in playing RuneScape. I didn't really have a whole lot that I actually wanted to do in the game, but now that I can get back on the HiveMind grind, because these accounts really are my favorite accounts that I've ever made, even though they are only free to play. And I've just had so much fun playing on them. I don't know if it's the absolute most entertaining content for you all to watch, but I love doing these grinds, and I do enjoy making the videos too. Anyway, I thought I should probably have a little bit of a rules discussion sort of thing moving forward. And I don't mean the rules of the HiveMind challenge, that's all going to be continuing, but I mean the, I guess, integrity of the RuneScape gameplay. This is the second time now that I've had to deal with false bans. The first time, it only took me 4 days to get the ban squashed. However, this time it took over a month, so I lost a lot of time, I guess, that I could have been gaining experience on these accounts. A lot of time I could have been playing on these accounts when instead I was either playing on different accounts or just playing different games altogether. I probably wouldn't have any problems playing on 8 accounts if I always played in this nature as how you're seeing. So my accounts are all laid out across the monitors on my for my computer. So this is what monitor 3 looks like. I have 4 accounts. This is what monitor 2 looks like. I have 4 accounts. And then I just cut it all together for you guys to look like that. As long as I kept playing like this, I probably wouldn't run into any issues. The problem is when I start using the Alt-Tab or Alt-Escape method. I guess that client stacking thing that I always do. That's the easiest way that I can describe it. I'm assuming that this method of gameplay is what is getting the accounts banned and what will potentially get them banned again in the future. So I guess, do I continue playing like this? Or do I just move forward, only allowing myself to play as, I guess, a quote-unquote conventional multilogger would? If you're not familiar with who Antimen is, he is essentially the originator of this unorthodox playstyle as far as I'm concerned. The client stacking Alt-Tab method. As far as I'm concerned, he's the first one to ever do this, and everybody just sort of refers to it as the Antimen method. Or the client stacking, or the alt escape. You can call it something, whatever you want to call it. But in my personal opinion, there are certain areas of my gameplay that pretty well rely on using the Antimen method of playstyle to execute, such as wilderness multi-PKing. I don't really think I would be capable of doing that on 4 accounts if I didn't use the Antimen method. But using the Antimen method allows me to very quickly aggress multiple of my accounts on an unsuspecting target in PvP. It gives me a huge combative advantage in my personal opinion. Now you could argue that that's why I'm getting banned, is because doing this is unfair. It's an unfair method of gameplay because it is just simply too effective. To me, I would like to look at Antimen as a precursor of modern multilogging. I would like to see what he had done as an innovation of the game and not cheating. Think about it. The first person ever to figure out that you could one-tick prayer flick in RuneScape and not use any prayer at all. That probably seemed like a bug at the time, didn't it? But once everybody figured out how to do it, it became a mechanic. It became part of the game. I personally think that the Antimen game method, the playstyle that it is, should not be bannable. I think that it's 100% reasonable. I think that playing in that style does take an extreme amount of skill as a player, and there's no way in hell you could actually call this macroing. There's no way in hell you could call it botting. There's no sort of software at all. Any human being who plays RuneScape on a Windows 10 computer, or even, I'm not sure about other versions of Windows, but I play on Windows 10. I did not have to install AutoHotkey. I did not have to program or set up anything. This is something that is integrally, Alt Escape is a command that's integrally built into your computer, and I don't really see to it that Jagex has any place regulating what computer commands you're allowed to use while playing their game. Anyway, that's sort of what I wanted to talk about today. If you guys have any feedback, I'd like to hear what your opinions are in the comments. If I should just, maybe roll over and stop playing with the Ant-Man style and not risk my accounts getting banned. However, that doesn't guarantee that my accounts wouldn't get banned for false banning anyways, as Crumb made a video very recently on that. I believe I'm one of the few people who use the Ant-Man game method because it's known to get account bans. So unfortunately, a lot of the other multi-loggers who suffered false bans, they have just been suffering false bans for playing the game exactly as you'd think that they were playing the game, by just putting all of their clients in different spots. Anyway, a lot to think about. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions in the comments. Should I stop using the Ant-Man method? Should I continue using it and just maybe be more diligent with video making and streaming, put more content out there, so even if it's of lower quality, just to have more proof out there on the internet that I am playing legitimately. If you're interested in seeing the gameplay of the HiveMind accounts live, I'm going to be playing over on Twitch this evening, and probably just doing this, grinding away at ogresses, because this is what I love doing. I mean, I suppose this is among many of the things that I love doing, and I usually tend to throw in some HiveMind PKing in there, just for a little bit of fun, so if you're interested in that, come check that out. My Twitch channel is twitch.tv/BaronPike. It's spelled exactly the same way as my YouTube channel, but with no space. I'd like to give a thank you to Jagex. Whoever over there saw my video or just saw my tweets about my account bans and rectified it, thank you very much. I don't know how to repay you. Again, whoever that was that did that, thank you so very much. And I'll see you guys in the next HiveMind video, I suppose.